I'm thinking they want it as the support, right? 'Cause
10 seconds remaining.
or actually no, you're right. Ben could be the 5. It's Mars is a
5 seconds
laner where
remaining.
he usually goes even or wins his lane like 99% of the time. There is not many supports that stand up to Mars, and I haven't seen Death Prophet enough to know if she could be the final contender to maybe make a safe lane strong enough.
Okay, they actually ended up picking the Lina for themselves. I was kind of thinking that would be the avenue that T1 were looking to go down, but obviously not. I mean, I think it's just going to depend on... I think you're still going to be able to get a decent amount of farm on the Mars if you've got a Death Prophet contesting you, but you will remove the strength of the Mars, which is the ability to just consistently stand in the lane and deny, right? Because you're just going to get consistently Spirit Siphoned, and it's going to be a little bit more annoying for that purpose, so...
Maybe with a Weaver they don't care about DP as a 5
True.
though.
Yeah, you just start hitting her if she starts to move forward. Just a lot of this high damage coming in.
Yeah, if she gets speared she might die.
Yep.
Ooh. That'll be a matchup to watch then. So we'll see what T1 feel like is stronger. They could put DP or Bane in any lane.
That is what you sound
A lot of the hyper carriers getting banned out. Of course, you've just got Nando and 23 Savages. Oh, not 23 Savage, actually. He's playing the Wraith King. But Nando's hero, for sure, is yet to come here. They're banning out all of the range, just heroes that can take advantage of just standing behind or in the Mars arena and not having quite as much of risk of getting run down. And they don't have great, like, gap close right now in Execration. Sure, the Weaver can come around, but if it's a support, you are putting yourself in a little bit of a vulnerable spot, especially when, you know, you consider you're going up against a Silence, a Stun, an Immobilize, another Stun. You know, Doom can even go into something like the Centaur Stomp, so it makes it not a completely easy game for this Weaver.
Bro, what is that Queen ban? I'm like trying to think in my head what lanes Execration do where Queen is a good ban, like Lina carry?
Yeah, I guess.
Like we saw last series.
10 seconds
The
remaining.
Momong die, Lina safe lane.
Maybe it was just like Carl saying, "Oh, I want to
seconds
play the
remaining.
Queen," and then Cuckoo's like, "No." And just to show you how we're definitely not doing it, it's being bad.
He's banning it from his own team
Yeah.
instead of the enemy team.
You gotta assert your dominance somehow, Nat. You know, it's all about letting them know who wears
Remind
the
me to
crown.
never get into a captain's draft mode game with you and let you do the drafting.
I will give you your favorite hero, unless you do me wrong, and then I'll give you what I want.
I really like... I know T1 like to pick Doom a lot anyway, but I really like them reading the Ogre pick
10
and thinking
seconds
that, like,
remaining.
okay, if you're going to pick your big
Radiant
carry,
team
well,
picking
we're just going to Doom it. Because they have the Wraith King, so they don't have to worry about Execration taking it.
See, at least this time around, you've got the puck to be able to have the Wraith King for, right? Like, he's not going to get kited around quite as easily. Of course, they don't really have any BKB piercing stuns right now in Execration, which is a
10 seconds
big
remaining.
bonus for the Wraith King. And you've got a puck with the Dream Coil that just holds them all
5
in place.
seconds
So
remaining.
you have to make a decision. Are you going to stand around and let the Death Prophet's Exorcism kill you on top of the Scorched Earth? Or are you going to snap the coil, be super vulnerable, and then just allow the Wraith King to consistently hit you? Like, it's like a catch-22 situation that Execration are going to be in here.
What is the carry? The tanky boys, like Medusa, is just, like, gone.
TB gone, Drow gone. I mean,
Maybe they, like, Razor or something?
it's not horrible, but you're going to need it. Yeah. I mean, it's something that builds that, like... Would you call Falcon Blade an item? Like, second item BKB, at least, on a Razor isn't terrible.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm just trying to think what you're okay with getting doomed on. Like, maybe a Leshrac that's already pressed all his spells is okay with getting doomed.
Yeah.
It's hard because you have no real save on Execration to, like, outlast the doom. I don't like that very much, but
No.
I don't think it's, like...
Not a fan.
I guess it's, like, some sort of consistent output of damage, because if he gets the Ags, then if he's doomed, he's still, like, you know,
Doing something.
pow. Yeah.
The side gunner pop.
Yeah, because it doesn't like remove the buff of the flat cannon either. So if you press it before you get doomed, then it's like, okay. I don't know if that's what they're thinking of though. I think like the most important thing for Execration is that they're able to get a Roshan. If T1 get roast this game, Execration can't play because you need the Aegis life to basically dissuade Cuckoo from dooming you. Like, or if he does doom you, you come back. Your second life. Like, it's so important for them to get it.
It's a rough one for sure. I mean, they've got Whitemon to help them with roaching, so it's not going to be like the most impossible task for T1, especially once you get the probably 2 items in on someone like Savage and Cuckoo. But it's definitely going to be difficult. I just like everything much more about the team fight coming out from T1. I like their pickoff. Lanes are pretty decent, and I have a lot more faith in a Wraith King in the late game compared to a Gyrocopter.
I agree with that.
All right, a definitive T1.
Yeah.
T1.
T1 unless Execration get roached. In which
No,
case,
no.
let's go Execration.
T1, marking down the book. Alrighty.
Okay.
Kept note of that. But game number 2 is now underway. So GoDz and Xyclopz, please take it away.
Thank you very much. And it was a pretty interesting draft. And you are giving me Xyclopz and GoDz in game number 2 of DPC Division 1. T1 versus Execration best of 3. The current score is T1 1-0. Let's see if Execration can bounce back on the second game of the series. GoDz.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. T1 have looked really good. They're drafting solid. They're playing well. Oh, let me just make sure Xyclopz can hear me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm here. But yeah, it's as I was just saying, it's going to be tough for them. This is a matchup I think
so.
where they are the underdogs, and I think draft-wise T1 has figured out the heroes that work for them.
Yeah, indeed. I hopefully this one. I talked with you in a previous game that I would love to see them play faster, more aggressive. But this one, it seems like it's going to be quite passive in the early game. But I gotta admit that the combination between the heroes of team Execrations are a lot better than last one, and I think it's going to be better for sure. Even though it might be quite peaceful early game.
Yeah, I think for early game they've got the Weaver, which has looked really just good and pesky. If you can snipe some couriers, win the harass trades, Weaver is just a very good early game hero.
Yeah. And one small fact about the Mars hero on this one. I have seen a lot of T1 matches recently. I feel like they are not doing so well against the hero. I mean, against Mars. While Kimizu picked Mars in this game for himself, and he has 59.18% win rate on Mars, which is not bad. I mean, consider as the whole form in this tournament of Team Execration, this is his hero.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see if the Mars is the way to go about it. Because, yeah, both against Trust and against Neon, when they've lost 2 games against Mars, I believe, just in the last week. So
Yeah.
Mars, I mean, it's like one of those offlaners. Like, this hero is just good in so many different ways. It's good in lane, good in mid game with team fight. Has a low cooldown stun with the spear. The way you can blink spear to move people is just so nice.
Yeah.
The hero just it does too much.
Even Savage Nothing lost to Mars.
That's
on
when you know the
MP,
hero.
yeah.
Yeah. If Savage Morphling can't beat it, then something's wrong.
2-4 score. Q2 die 4 in a Mars game. While Mars of the opponent got like 10-3 or something. So this is something we need to see. And T1 also has the carries that Team Execration played last game, which is a Raid King. And it wasn't a good Raid King game for the last one of Nando. It was 0-8 against the Mars as well.
Here the Wraith King pick is nice because they pick it with Doom, where usually you pick Doom and your opponents want to play Wraith King because having Reincarnation against Doom is really nice. So picking the 2 heroes together was a nice way to kind of structure and build their draft.
That is what you sound like.
Yeah, hopefully Execration's got enough damage output to kill all those cores. Plus the Dead Prophet as well. The Spirit Siphon is going to play a big part since the start.
Yeah, we had a Gyrocopter in the previous series I was casting with Lizard, and I think the key thing is
How's
for
it
Gyro
going?
is just you got to get your BKB up. The Gyro there had Falcon Blade, Crystallis, Ags, and they were already losing the game before he even started working on the BKB. So I think getting a good timing on BKB is always important. Unfortunately, in this game, the BKB, it's necessary against like Puck, Bane, and stuff, but against Doom, against Exorcism, against Wraith King, it doesn't feel that good, which is why you often want to get the other items first.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's true. That's I guess that's why the panel say that this is a good lineup all around for Team T1. But start the fight right away to the bomb lane. Execration doing such a great job. It might be the first blood. Who's gonna die first? Zephyr walk away, getting slashed down by Vincenzo. Oh.
Nice start.
Very
nice start.
Interesting, man. Yeah.
They're even harassing Cuckoo still.
Yeah. You think enough?
They gonna get another kill? Surely not.
I don't know.
They might. They've got the missile.
Safer moving. Oh, they got another kill. What's going on to the bottom lane? And Zephyr, can he just get something out of this loss? I don't think so.
No, it doesn't look like. Vincenzo's just staying in the trees with another ignite ready.
Wow, the power of Ogre Magi, bro.
Yeah. Ogre in the safe lane's become one of the favorite supports, alongside the Death Prophet, which T1 have. But yeah, Ogre with a ranged carry is just so good, especially the ranged carries with like kill threat, like the Luna, the Gyro. Has looked like, you know, you can do it with a Medusa, but Medusa doesn't really threaten to kill people. But the Gyro, there's so much kill potential with homing missile and rocket barrage.
Yeah, I wish Hunter got a good early game so he can combo with the Mars in the mid game and start the fight right there. I don't think this is going to be farm many gyrocopter. He might just stay there for around like 10-12 minutes and then just start grouping up and try to push. Alright, on top.
And in mid lane, Bob is doing very well against Carl. The Lina, 11 CS with 6 denies. Already with the edge early on.
Yeah. But this is pretty much like last game that he did such a great job, even got a solo kill and a couple kill more. But
yeah.
Then after that, actually in the previous game, Bob doing not bad at all. I mean, he was the highest damage dealer in the game. And it just that all other components are just not so complete.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Execration, he's definitely one of their stand-up players. I'd say alongside their 4 position, BDZ or Carlo. To me, they're the 2 stand-up players of this Execration squad. So they need those who have a good game, but for Execration to have a chance at winning, they need other players to step up as well.
And fighting against T1, do you think T1... Oh, wait, on top,
yeah, but
take a look at that first. Hey, oh,
class.
Solo. Who? Actually, back to the top lane. It was safe for dying the bottom lane. Oh my god.
Everyone's dying, yeah. Zephyr's dying bot. There was almost a solo kill mid, and top lane there was aggression too. They're not done down bottom. They want Cuckoo.
They want Cuckoo for more time. This might be the second lane of that Cuckoo. Not looking good. Getting through the 3 lines seems to be quite tanky for Cuckoo. Knight moving in several, throwing in some sleeping pills on that Nando in order to save his teammate. So the fight breaks out. Vincenzo moving in once again, throwing some ignite. Man, every single lanes are quite fun to watch.
Oh yeah, very aggressive early game. Top lane, they might get Whitemon. No, he gets up the Spirit Siphon. They're still chasing for this kill. Needs to juke in the trees.
Yeah, got that Whitemon. Oh, Execration, what a great start. This is a dream start for Execration side. 4-0 against T1. And nice dodging the red fire.
Yeah, dream start indeed. They're not, I mean, they're winning these lanes with the 4-kill advantage, but it's not like they've out farming as well, because T1, all 3 of their lanes, they're getting CS, but they need to be careful about giving up too many kills.
Yeah, pretty much like the last time they're doing a great job in the first 5 minutes of the game, but their network just exact opposite. They gotta maybe focus more on farming creeps and killing at the same time, and also time management in the first 10 minutes are so crucial to play against T1.
Yeah. So much of the lanes comes down to how efficiently you use your regen and how well you can farm your lane. These kills are nice, but you don't want to overcommit to get them. And Execration haven't overcommitted. They're using their resources well, but T1 themselves are, you know, they're not getting too thrown off by these kills.
Well, if I ask you, what did T1 get from playing in the TI-10? Maybe name like 1 or 2 important things they get and to play in the Southeast Asia this year.
They got a lot of money.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
that count?
that
Is that something they?
definitely. Yeah, that definitely. That's yeah.
I think they got like what, like 600K or something. They got top 8. How much was top 8?
All right, maybe
a lot of money.
Maybe in skill wise, maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. They got top 8. They got $1 million. There you go. So that's what they got.
That's the skills. Yeah.
But you know, you got experience playing against the best teams in the world. I think understanding like what it's like to play on stage with the pressure on you, bringing that back. So I think if anything, like it's very easy to come back and play DPC leagues and just be relaxed because it's like you played a TI. Like, you know, DPC leagues, this is how you get to TI. But you know, there's three seasons. There's not like this crazy pressure on T1 where, you know, they're this new star-studded team that has to make it to the first major. For whatever reason, they slip up and things don't go right and they're not the first major. It's not the end of the world for this team. But at the same time, they probably are going to be there. Well, assuming if there was a major, that is.
Yeah, the level of stress in a TI are just, man, astronaut.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all these players have like the fighter pilot mentality to play in a TI. They just have to, you know, forget it about all the mistakes today. We just have to come back tomorrow. We still got chance and stuff. Even though we go down the lower bracket, we still can win. And hey, look at that Carl, he's running away. This is the okay, come on, one hit away. Carl was bitten by the mosquito, and then he's dead. That is 5th kill already for Team Execration. Doing such a great job against the TI team.
It's not your everyday mosquito. Super powered bugs.
Yeah.
Throwing some malaria or something.
It's true.
But yeah. Execration, dream start for them. They are also pressuring this mid tier 1 tower. It's down to 600 health already. So Bob is not only keeping the puck kind of at bay, but also getting an early mid tier tower would be huge. But we'll see if T1 can keep it alive.
Yeah, especially for the tower. Back to the bottom lane, they're going for that Cuckoo once again. This might be his 3rd day. He's trying to get into the tree line, but that's no support around. So he died quite easy, and it might be Zephyr too. It's 6-0. They're trying to make it 7. Zephyr walking away, trying to find his way back to the bottom tier 2 tower. And then Carlo decided to just teleport. Oh! Was cancelled for Carlo. And he's still there, healing himself with some positive earn.
Thought about going back in, but well, hold off. I love what we're seeing from Execration. Just such aggressive play from them. Really, I mean, you said this is something they need to do. Is just play, like, make more plays, play more aggressive, and they're doing just that.
Yeah, you can't give him some time and space for 23 Savage, one of the best carries in Southeast Asia. You just have to put a lot of pressure on him, and GoDz is like YOLO, man. Just keep on fighting. And I like the point that you mentioned about that they not only killing in lanes, but they're dealing the decent damage with the power too, and that's another fight breaks out the yep, drop the ultimate. That's the first kill for Team T1.
Yeah, they're so fed up. Yeah, he's even giving him some ult chat. Like, he knows he's in their head. They're so annoyed by this Weaver. He comes mid, he catches out the puck with some bugs from behind the tower. This Weaver is winning them this early game, and Carl's had enough.
Yeah. Alright, even though the game score looks pretty good for Team Execration, but looks like the graph is not that far away from each other. The network is still only 1K different. So
it's
cannot underestimate.
Like, Carl is out farming the mid lane. He's 300 gold ahead in terms of net worth. The 2 carries are pretty much even. The 2 offlaners are pretty much even. So these kills only matter so much, and that's where the objectives are the next thing you have to kind of keep an eye on. And Execration want to keep making these moves and probably try to take either that top tier 1 tower early or this mid tier 1 tower. They're going to scout out some of these stacks though with this smoke move.
Ooh, yeah. And Bob and Carlo to the top lane, looking to get that 21 Savage level 7. They're gonna take some time to take this guy down. Probably his supporter's gonna teleport now. Where is teleportation? Seems
got reincarnation, but no TPs.
Oh, now they decided to perfect timing to just teleport down, pinned it out first. I think Kimusu is not gonna make it. Being chased by the Spirit Siphon, and now someone stuck in a green coil.
They killed him.
Down to the
Too much minus armor.
Down. Oh wow! I didn't even know that they're gonna get.
Can they
kill
keep
on
Bob
that one.
alive?
Oh no, it's a trade though, and the fight is not over yet. Even Nando joining the team by the rocket barrage and stuff. Soju Zephyr is walking away with around 200 HP. And meanwhile, the fight also happening nearby the top tier 1 tower, slashing that Cuckoo down. This
And there's
is
chasing.
yeah.
Not gonna get anything.
Gonna fall down the outpost, ready for goal for round 3. It will be the Raid King to protect his own staff.
Is under attack.
Think.
Yeah, they don't want to. They know this stack's been scattered, so they want to try and farm it up now. But Carlo's there to steal a decent amount of it. He wants it. Savage times in. They got a grip.
Yeah, Savage needs to be careful as well. Yeah, they get rid of that Carlo. Next one gonna be Vincenzo. A little bit too greedy for the 2 supports
Yes.
from the Radiant side. Maybe trying to share some experience, but that actually have to trade with their lives. And Clouds want a little bit more.
Dire's middle tower has
Yeah,
fallen.
just way too green. They've got another orb here. Nando should be okay if he can dodge it. But
Cloud here
Yeah,
we
they
go
can-
with another Dream Coil.
Dire's
Just wait for the follow-up damage, man. And he going, yes, a
Dream
Dream Coil, but he missed the illusory orb, so not enough damage to kill Kimisu.
And he does jaunt away. He's looking for an escape here. I'm surprised. He could have used the orb on the Nightmare, but he held on to it, which meant that by the time he threw the orb out, it wasn't a guaranteed hit. So Mars survives through it all.
A little bit messy fight from both sides, in my opinion. But it seems like Team Execration doing slightly better, especially managed to get the middle tier 1 tower down.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they are about to get the top tier 1 tower as well. This is going to affect a lot to the gameplay of 23 Savage, because he's the kind of carry that needs a lot of area. Yeah, losing the tier 1 towers quite fast is not good. But however, they might get a trade on the Gyrocopter 20 Savage moving in, throwing some Ray Fire Blood and killing spree ended by Cuckoo. He needs that so bad, because he has such a nightmare early game for Cuckoo. And now he's just gonna go in once again. It looks like they want to seek a revenge for his teammate. Look at the blade on that Cuckoo and get bit by the Zephyr. Arena of Blood locked down. They know there's still no reincarnations on 23 Savage. Playing super fast, super aggressive. For Team Execration seems to pay it off.
Yeah, they knew reincarnation's down, so they just run at T1. They want that tower. A bit too aggressive from Nando, going for the tower. His teammates were smoking to him, but he gets the tower, and his team ultimately do get there to get the revenge kills. So Nando still farming just fine on this Gyrocopter, and it's the Wraith King who, you kind of mentioned it, you lose your towers, it can get a whole lot harder to find farm. He's lost both top and mid tier 1, so the area for him to farm is much smaller than the Gyrocopter now.
This is actually what happens to Team Execration in the previous game. And that they also have a lot of lockdown. I kind of worry for the T1 fan that the same story might happen to them, because last one, Nando won't be able to find or get near any target and attack on them, because he doesn't have the BKB. He took too long to get a BKB. Yeah, we'll have to see in the middle game.
Yeah, it's still a 3k gold lead, so Execration hoping they can capitalize and continue taking more map control, more towers ideally. They know, the Wraith King, if they can keep hunting him and put him on the back foot, things can start to look really good for them. T1 do have level 6 on Death Prophet, so potential exorcism plays, to either take towers, take fights.
Yeah.
It's kind of maybe what they have to look at here.
It just got level 6. I think it's time to be doing a little bit smoke. Going into the wood, doing some smoke.
Sounds like a dangerous combo. Gonna start some forest fires.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of wildfire in Australia, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, in Thailand as well. On the
Yeah.
northern part.
This year's not been as bad as some of the past years, but yeah.
It's getting better, right? Every year.
Every year is different, though, There's some new
okay.
natural disaster, it feels like some years, but,
Yeah.
global warming is real, guys. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
That is not a political statement. That is a goddamn fact.
Yeah, stop burning things. Yeah,
Stop burning the planet, yeah.
that's true.
But here we go. Puck's gonna reconnect. Before we get into too dangerous territory, we're gonna be upsetting some part of Twitch chat. Puck is reconnected, so.
It's fast. Well, talking about burning, I kind of miss burning though. I remember when I started my casting career, you assigned me to a lot of burning games. I remember all the Miami duo, burning and Boboga. What's it called? The Life Stealer and the Slaughter together. You remember that combo, man?
That was a fun team.
Yeah.
I just remember the burning anti-mage. He was the original anti-mage player. But he's still in the Dota scene. He's a team owner with Team Master, so
yeah,
he's still got his place in the scene, even if he's not actively playing. Also, dude, your pros what a transition from burning to burning. I'm impressed.
Yeah. Alright, man. Well, we gotta keep on looking on this game. T1 doesn't look good on this one. They are kind of behind in terms of level, especially for the support levels and also the area of farm. So maybe that's the reason why they're doing some big 3-man smoke here, trying to look for a fight. They win a fight, they get a tower too to get some area back for Savage to farm.
Yeah, we'll see if they can connect here. They don't want to just sit back and not use Exorcism, so I think trying to aggressively make a move is the right call, especially when you've got a hero like Gyro who wants to go for the Aghanims and is not going BKB early. You want to try and punish this by ganking him as much as possible.
Alright, man. Carl is now level 10. Ooh, seems to be farmed up. We got boot up speed, Witch Blade, and all the stuff on Carl.
Yep.
That is what you sound like.
But, no Blink Dagger or anything like that, but not really the Puck build that you have to rush Blink by any means. A lot of the time we do see this greedier Witchblade, Boots of Travel.
Which side do you prefer when it comes to a super late game? I mean, talking about 40.
I usually favor like late games with the team with Doom. Like the greed is going to kick in. Cuckoo has Midas Devour Gold, so they're going to have like an extra late game carry in Doom that can just like get Refresher, do multiple targets. But Execration, it's not just Gyro and Lina both scale very well, so I still like their chances. They're going to need like multiple Lincolns, it feels like. So if they go into the late game, it's going to come down to like some of the itemization, execution, how well they can use Lincolns and stuff, whether or not T1 can cancel those Lincolns. So I do think both teams have a good shot late game. It's not like a clear advantage to T1 late game, but I do think it's a bit easier for them to play.
Alright, and now Team Execration grouping up, and that's going to be their third tier 1 tower, which is pretty good for them. Well, maybe that's the pros of having the Nando playing Gyrocopter, because Gyrocopter pushing the lane quite fast with all the flag cannons and stuff. And also, I think another pros of this hero is he is able to join the fight very fast.
Yeah. And early on, you fight early with Gyro, just your cooldown and like even a level 1 homing missile, like you do some good damage and offer a decent amount. Just with your early game spells.
Oh, White Mon. Perfect, man. All I need to do is just stay in the trees and destroy the top tower. Yeah. Alright, 11-5 game score. Game's back to peace mode. Both sides just want some core item first before start the fight. White Mon, like you said, I think they just have to use every single cooldown of Exorcism to just gain some objective,
They were avoiding the team fight, so I think they decide that, we may as well just try take tier 1 top, take the enemy ancients using Exorcism, because even if they try fight with Exorcism, this Death Prophet probably feels really squishy. Like she's just going to instantly die to like Lina or something. So, the idea to just avoid fights and use your ultimates to apply pressure on the map is fine. If he dies here, it's not the end of the world. He's the 5 position too. He wants to protect his cores. That's why Cuckoo's farming, and both Bane and Death Prophet are positioned in front of him to like protect him from these ganks.
Perfect positioning. Always have the babysitter around. Really savage. Farming with an axe at the bottom lane. And on the way to get a Desolator first instead of a Blink, I believe.
No.
Man, that's a hell of damage.
is Deso Blink. That's kind of when T1 and perhaps more ready to fight. And probably Carl will go for the Blink Dagger as well.
All right. Yeah. Talking about the match that team T1 versus MTG a little bit. That the last match, in the match of T1 versus team MTG, was about the late game mistake made by team MTG. This is pretty much like the MTG. I mean, for Execration, they got everything under control in the first 25 minutes of the game. But on that game, MTG chose Viper and Razor, which is cannot cope in the mid-game team fight. Then after that, it was T1's game.
Yep. I think the good thing for Execration is their heroes, like the Viper's a hero that falls off a bit. Their heroes like Lina, Gyrocopter, they scale very well. Gyrocopter, especially, is a hero who's been free farming. Once he gets his BKB, they're going to be very strong in any team fight.
We'll see. Kimetsu camping a little bit. And Zephyr just found Ogre Magi. I think it's a great positioning for the Ogre Magi to just stay in here by Execration and making sure that in lane farming safe. Nando is pushing non-stop.
Both teams just avoiding each other.
Yeah.
And Wraith King's always a good hero to have in these situations because usually, your carry can't push out to the tier 2 tower safely, but he's got the skeletons to do it for him. He can pressure bottom lane by sending, he sends his boys out. They do the job for him, and he doesn't have to put himself in a position where he can get ganked.
Yeah, go bro, do some work. Okay, now some big team fight happening at the top lane. They aim for Weaver first with Doom on it, and that was a key easy kill on that Carlos. Getting up with Arena of Blood, Safer down. It's a trade for trade. 23 Savage teleported down, dropping a Dream Coil. It's time for 20 Savage to start chopping something. It was a great stop for his teammates. He needs to find the target. He still has reincarnation and now chasing on that Lina. Walking very fast. Lina with 471 move speed is going to run away. Savage cannot give up on that, so he changed the target. It's going to be Vincenzo that was slowed down with the Spirit Siphon. Illusory Orb stops. Bob moving in. Nice using the Mental. Oh! Not the Mental Sight, it was the bottle illusion to dodge the Red Fire Blast. That's a fancy footwork, Fantasista. And now I think he just want to go in again, man.
Bob's like, I want to fight. I got to run, but I also still want to fight. This is the Execration way. Unfortunately for them, the fight doesn't go the way they were hoping for. They only kill the support Bane. They lose 3 heroes, both supports and offline. So neither team losing their carry or their mid, but T1 going to be very happy with it.
Yep, they're catching that cuckoo turn, the BKB just to be safe from the Mars, Spears of Mars. I can feel that Bob was a little bit pumped up after he doing some great stuff, and then come on, man, we can down this. And now they got into the Roshan pit, probably going to be the first edges of the game. Do you think? Are there going to be any resistance from T1?
I don't think so. All their spells are on cooldown, no Doom, no Exorcism. And that's kind of where that fight doesn't go that badly for Execration. They don't lose any carry. They don't lose their carry or mid. So even though they trade 3 heroes for 1, it guarantees them an easy Roshan. They get it uncontested. They've got an Aegis now in Gyrocopter, so they can really send Nando to the front lines to just do a crazy amount of damage, unafraid.
Yeah, and this Aegis, the first Aegis of the game, is something that Chief sticked, and Donok is talking about that the Aegis is very important on this one, because especially on Team Execration side, because they're gonna deal with the Doom. If you don't have the Aegis, man, your core get Doom, then it's pretty much over. And it seems like they're doing such a great objective on this one. We got a high chance, I don't know, maybe more than 60% to go for the game number 3, but let's take a look at this fight first. I mean, they're about to lose their core, man. Bob half HP, 25% HP, but it's just not enough to kill that Bob. Kimitsu jumping in the tree line, and from killing to be killed.
He's got too much health. 350 health talent at level 15. Pupil's Gift, plus 14 strength.
Oh my god.
That Pupil's Gift somewhat saves his life there, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of strength. Plus 29 strength and the plus 350 health from the talent.
Yeah, I don't think T1 noticed that the HP on Lina. They might calculate that, hey, it should be enough, man. Let's come. Alright. Let's take a look. Carlo moving in and foul support inside. Stop him out with a Rotabator and then combo up with the Mars of Spear. Spears of Mars. Yeah. And that's another kill.
And T1 looking like they may want to fight around this mid lane. They've got BKB Blink on Doom, but Gyrocopter is not a good target.
Yeah. Go in. Gyrocopter moving very fast. 425 movement speed when they pop in the face boot and on the way to the BKB.
Is under attack.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I look at the wrong hero. Yeah, and it's on the way. Alright.
Yeah, they're a little alone down bottom, but I don't think they want to commit too much on a BKB Gyro. They're just clearing the wave using Carl on the puck. And T1, they smoke up. They're coming out. They want to take this fight, Xyclopz.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see who's gonna go in first. Gonna be the first initiator, which is quite important for them because the guy is going to be the one who take the damage. And also what we need to see is Execration side who's gonna get gone on.
Do they know where Lina is?
Oh man, he caught that bomb. But Bob is a little bit too fast, but the thing is, can he go back to the fountain in time?
He's fine.
He's rushing to a hospital. Cuckoo. Ooh, Cuckoo got to wait. Ah, man, reaching the doctor. He's fine, but Kimizu finished off that Waimon.
Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised they knew where the Lina was. They just like beeline right in the jungle, found the Lina, but the rest of the team couldn't keep up with Cuckoo's Doom, who was just too far ahead and kind of had to go because the Lina was about to back off after having finished that creep wave, so...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is kind of okay for T1, though. You know, they want to buy time for this Aegis to expire and for, you know, 23 Savage to keep on farming.
Oh, jumping in! Right behind the tier 2 tower, setting up an arena and kill that Zephyr. Gonna get a kill and get a mid-tier 2 tower as well. T1. Let's see the more experienced team. How are they gonna get away from this? 23 Savage being found stuck in a light strike array. There goes the first life of 23 Savage, but that's no arena of blood. How are they gonna lock him down? It's Spears of Mars and then another light strike array. 23 Savage gone.
Totally get away. You have to kind of respect this chase potential of the Lina. Lina with this boot to travel, and whenever you've got those fiery soul stacks going, just zooms around the map.
Very sharp move down indeed. Look at it on top, they're fighting in a Radiant NC once again. Very nice strike back by T1 this time. Cuckoo, Carl get the kill on that Carlo. Now the question is, can they go back safely? Whitemon gonna be the target, but it seems like he's Spirit Siphon on one target, which is make him so hard to kill. Everyone just leave that DP and aiming for that Cuckoo, and they got them both.
Yep.
I feel like the game is filled with all the micro kills, but I think in terms of doing objective, it was paused for a while.
Yeah, when Execration get a little bit with the Aegis in terms of objectives, but for the most part, you know, they're the ones with the bug, the Weaver, but they're having to run around the map, exterminate these bugs, because T1 are constantly split pushing. They refuse to like take these team fights, so Execration, it's their job to find pickoffs, and they've done a really great job at making these moves around the map to isolate heroes and get these micro kills.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, we are getting close to the important part of the game. All the outpowers of Team T1s are gone. 6 tower gone. The question is, can Execration just go to the high ground? I don't think so, because that carry gonna go down for the first time. They lost Nando already. This might be the point where Team T1 is coming back. Oh, it seems like Kimizu need to turn on the BKB just to teleport away from the fight. Luckily, they only lost one, but that one is a big one.
Vincenzo barely gets away from the Whitemon Death Prophet, but yeah, that is the big kill. That's something Gyro has to be ready for. With his build, he's gonna become a Doom target. Just stopping him from using things like his Satanic and all his spells, and you know, bursting him down is well worth it. Weaver Carlo is going for an Aghanim Scepter, so that will give Execration some save when he gets it, but he still needs 1,200 gold. And when he gets the Ags, Carlo is very quickly going to become the #1 kind of target in these fights.
Getting closer and closer to the Aghanim Scepter for Carlo, only around 1k. And right now, I think they just want to pause the fight for a bit and getting some core item for each side. And I think from now at 27 minutes until around like 35 is still Execration game. In this 10 minutes, it's still Execration. But getting later than that, man, T1.
Yeah. I think for Execration, if they want to go late, they're going to have to start working on some of these Lincoln Spheres. They've got the one on the Lena. Mars, I like this, also building one. In mid lane. The elusive puck. Carl, still being scouted by this beetle.
Yep, I think he's going to sort of off away. He's going to be fine, but being chased by the high-speed Lena is no joke.
That is what you sound like.
Alright, that's another part. Seems like some ping problem going on the Execration side.
Yeah. Dude, if Carl doesn't stop spamming this bok, I'm gonna start hoping that he gets picked off. I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Bok.
Bok. Every like 5
I mean,
minutes.
all the yeah, I mean, all the chickens in different countries are having a different way of making voice. I mean, in Thailand, our chickens saying egg. Yeah. Egg. Yeah. But your chicken is saying bok, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure where that comes from.
That's true.
The English one. Well, there's the roosters go like cock-a-doodle-doo. Chickens are more like
that is even weirder.
Oh, what's the Thai rooster? Do you know the roosters?
Yeah, we all are the same. I mean, we thought that it's pretty much the same. They're doing egg, you know.
Okay.
India. It's pretty related on the egg as well, the EGG, you know.
Yep.
So it kind of makes sense to us. We were taught that way since we were young.
Yep. Yeah, and we also have chickens. They usually cluck, like cluck. That's the other one.
Yeah, I heard that one as well.
Yeah.
So
that's a bit better. Kookaburra laughs I'm fine with, but enough with the box.
Yeah. All right. 19-10. I can feel the tense among all the players in this game, man. How can T1 release themselves from this cell, from this prison of Team Execration? Because it seems like they were locked in their own base.
I think a lot of this split push, we see Carl, what he's constantly doing, just being pesky around the map, farming, cutting waves, and if they want to take a fight, it comes down to Cuckoo's Doom. He needs to go for good initiation with the Blink Doom.
I think this is the place where the captain make the most out of the game. I mean, if you get a good captain at this kind of hard situation, then gonna have a big advantage. Cool.
Alright. T1 want to make a move. They've got some good vision around their side of the map. They don't have much aggressive wards though, so for them, they don't really see much about what's going on.
Alright, so that's ooh.
Cuckoo, you're not allowed to say that one.
Yeah, Kookaburra, right?
Kookaburra, yeah, that's an Australian bird. They're very friendly birds. Yeah, they're birds of habit.
Nice.
When I was growing up, we had a kookaburra that would every morning come to the balcony outside our house. We called him Mr. Smith. And we'd feed him some ham. Yeah. Mr. Smith liked ham.
That's kind of weird. I mean, you feed a bird a bit of ham. I thought you're going for some seeds.
It's true. You know, we were kids. We just do whatever.
It
probably is a bit messed up. You're right. Usually the bird is the one, being eaten. This time around, they're the ones eating some other animals.
Well, yeah, Mr. Smith anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's some Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He always came alone, but maybe I think
Okay.
one day we stopped seeing him, so maybe he eventually found a Mrs. Smith.
Oh, man. So I just want to ask. It seems like a team Execration got everything under control, but there's a storm coming for them.
Yep.
What are as a captain? I mean, if you are the captain of Team Execration, what you gonna tell the players right now to transition from a good early mid game to a happy ending?
I think to get that happy ending, they have to talk about the different steps that are gonna get them there. The team fights, particularly. What spells need to land on which heroes, how to play against the Doom particularly, and what they're going to do. If someone gets Doomed, what do? They don't have a good save. They can time-lapse the hero who's being bursted, but it's not going to necessarily save them if they're doomed. So I'm curious how they approach that problem of the game. I think also it's a question of, just how much can Gyrocopter carry this game? Trying to get Lincoln Spheres put on him so that he doesn't get doomed, because I think this Gyro is going to rely a lot on his Satanic for these late game team fights. You can see his itemization. He's got a Paladin Sword in his backpack and a Sanjin Yasha. He really wants to be able to lifesteal his way through Doom if he gets doomed.
Oh my goodness, that's a good itemization as well. I think, they think 2 steps ahead. I get Doom, I drain it all back.
Yep.
Whole team smoke, man. This is actually the biggest smoke in the game. 5-man finally. Team T1 looking to attack in such a hard situation for them. Alright. Or maybe they're just trying to wait on the high ground until the other teams comes in, but it looks like Team Execration knows where they are.
Yep, they are playing keep away. Cuckoo shoving out top wall. Wraith King doing what he can to show mid with the reincarnation. The nice thing of having the Wraith King in the late game is that he can always be the one who you use as the bait, or just even have him pushing out lanes using those skeletons. So it's a little bit trickier for Execration. They're kind of using the Gyro in that way, but he's a hero that is susceptible to being initiated on.
Wraith King. All I need to do is just say he needs to break all the back liner, break the line, defensive line of Team Execration, and make them run away in a different direction. And now they start the fight already. They're aiming for the open Magi, so he's dropping quite low, but he's still there. Dropping call down in order to force Team T1 away. And that's it. The fight.
Yeah, one of the nice things that Execration had going for them in the mid game was they got the Philosopher's Stone, so that allowed this Weaver to get up an Aghanim Scepter. Bane as well has one on the Dire side, but this Ag Scepter on Weaver could be a game changer.
Alright, but this is quite risky for Team Execration. They're walking up to the high ground, they're getting ready for the fight, but the rest of Team T1 is not ready for it. So they just fall back, but however, Cuckoo jumping down, turn the BKB for that bomb, turn the BKB for Cuckoo as well. He's gonna be safe from light strike arrays and stuff. Let's go around. T1 say they wanna go for round 2. Savage goes straight to the front line, acting himself at the spearhead. Here comes the spearhead for Dayton. And Kyle strike on the sideway, killing support third. Vincenzo gone, and Kyle got away with a perfect murder. Cuckoo walking away as well. But hey, Bane also dead just now. He bought back to the port down to the outpost, and now Savage moving into the front line. Here goes his first eye. Gonna come back for SP Boomer. He need all the support from his teammate just to stay alive on this one. Wipe on moving in with the perfect timing and perfect positioning. He turned on the exorcism and dealing a lot of damage though. Now here we go with Mart fighting one toe-to-toe though. And now he's dead. And that seems to be a great fight for Team T1.
Yeah, they were just they were more patient. It felt like Execration at some point were just like, oh, we gotta go, we gotta initiate and do something. They forced it too much, and once the Lena uses BKB there, she still had the Weaver time-lapse, which kind of saved her a little bit, but it also pushed her back into the middle of the T1 heroes, and Wraith King just having a field day. All these heroes jumping in without BKB. He finds a target, they get chewed to pieces.
All right, and they might get some additional price around here without any resistance from the Execration. Yes, they got to pick up the Aegis. No attempt to steal on this one, so it's going to be 3 Aegis.
Yep.
Now Aegis is on Carl.
And Carl having an Aghanim Scepter on Puck and a Quickening Charm, all his cooldowns are so low. He can just play so aggressive in these fights and not even worry too much about getting caught by a stun now because of the Aegis. He's just doing so much damage in these fights.
Yeah, true. Man, with all the spamming illusory orbs and stuff, and also the Witchblade and Kaya and Sanjay.
Yep. Yeah, the Gyrocopter has done a good job itemizing so that, you know, there were several times where Cuckoo could have doomed him, but just chooses not to because, you know, it doesn't feel very value when he's got the status resistance from Sanjay Yasha, the Satanic for some lifesteal with the Aghanim Scepter, so the ideal Doom targets are really, like, the Weaver is almost maybe the best Doom target to get since Lina and Mars, well, Mars doesn't have the Lincoln yet, but he's about to.
It's kind of hard to catch as well for Carlo. He also has the Rotorbait toss to save himself from afar. He just might have to strike on the sideway like Carl did just now.
Yeah.
With the Wraith King going in front.
And that's where these late game fights are a lot easier for T1. You have this great hero in the Wraith King to put in the front line, whereas Gyrocopter can frontline, but just isn't the best. And Lina wants to do damage, but anytime Bob kind of puts his body, you know, in the front lines, he's being forced to BKB and being forced back.
Yeah, and when you're looking at Kimisu HP in total, he's only 2.3k HP, which is not enough to stand the damage of Wraith King for sure. So I kind of doubt if he could be the front line for a team in a super late game.
Ooh, he doesn't go for Lincoln's. Actually gets the Refresher Orb. That's kind of spicy.
Spicy.
Radiant's middle tower is under
He wants to have the big teamfight ultimates, the double ulti. Kind of struggles to sustain the mana for it with the Soul Ring and, you know, with the mana regen, maybe if you go in and out of the fight, should be okay.
I think they're going to see each other right here in the mid-tier 1 tower and start the fight by pin out on the Wraith King first. But it's not that easy to take that Wraith King down. That Gyrocopter stays in the middle of all the fight. He's now getting doomed. But yeah, he can just drain all the HP back, definitely. Oh, seems like a Carlo. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage from that cow. It was a free attack from cow. Nobody even sees him. He's just like, he's the internet. You don't, you know that he exists, but you never see it.
And praise be to Carl for existing because he just destroys that fight. The entire T1 team play that fight so well. Whitemon just goes uncontested, his Exorcism just chewing through people. And Bane, Zephyr makes a cool play. He gets blinked on by the Mars, who just refreshed the BKB, and Zephyr's like, great, I'll just Fiend Script you. A full duration Fiend Script on the Mars, on his BKB, and he couldn't use that second arena. So without the Mars, it felt like they didn't have enough control. The Mars is most of their team fight, most of their stuns, and Carl now looking to finish off some Dagons in the enemy base. He wants to kill Ogre in the fountain. He's gonna...
Yeah,
oh, he's close. He gets him.
Oh, Carl got him. Vincenzo, what a poor guy. Know that there's no buyback. So this is a perfect opportunity for Team T1 to just end this one straight away. They are striking on a mid-tier 4 tower. Tier 4. Tier 4 is right here, but that's not one coming out from the fountain. Man, hopefully this is not going to destroy the determination of Team Execration after that big loss. It might be one fatal blow against Execration because T1's starting doing the job already.
Carl.
Oh man, that
gets him with the coil.
Oh man, he stopped them from coming out from the mountain by the sending up the arena of blood. They're just trying so hard to save it, and there goes the game. T1 sweeps Execration 2-0. GG has been called.
Some smiles there for T1. It was, you know, a fun game for them in the end, but they had to work for it. This was a very close game. Execration, they actually end with 22 kills to the 21 of T1, but Dota is not a game of kills. game of objectives, and T1, they just bided their time. They waited back. They waited for the good fights. They didn't rush things. I think a lot of teams in their situation would feel like they had to, smoke out and make some aggressive play. But T1, they're the team that uses and understands Doom as a hero better than anyone. And the key to playing Doom is just being patient and, often just going late game.
Yeah, and Doom is definitely not an easy hero to play. He doesn't have any disables and stuff. He's not like a real full tanker. All you need to do is just need to be in a perfect positioning. You need to have the blink, perfect landing in, and just it's all about making decision who you're gonna do at that stage of the game. So perfect play by both sides, I would say, because Execration also doing such a great job at the start. They improve it's kind of weak point for them, which is the early game. They're doing such a great job. But when it comes to the point that was so under pressure, they still tend to break out, and that kind of surprised me. They lost one big fight and they lost the game right away. Just
yeah. One of their biggest problems in the end was just not having a good stun to deal with this puck. It felt like every fight Carl was just unkillable. He was always split pushing. So this puck ended up being the big reason to me that T1 could win game 2.
Yeah, that's a good point you mentioned about it, and that's also many points to focus about on the T1 side. Whether it's going to be the Great King, well, that is such a great performance by T1, winning the series 2-0, and that makes them, their way looking better for Team Execration. I believe that this team got a high potential. All they need to do is just do a little bit of team talk, and they should be back stronger. That's it for this match. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thanks to you two, GoDz, and well, back to the panel.